If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Well, I'm going to play a video clip for you here of news that you would think would be good news, but of course, Hollywood and all these big-time celebrities have a problem with it.
This morning, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp is expected to sign one of the most restrictive and controversial anti-abortion laws in the country. The bill makes abortions illegal once a heartbeat is detected in the embryo. That can happen as early as 5 or 6 weeks after conception. Mark Strassman is in Atlanta with why the law could face a long legal challenge. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. This bill, also known as the Life Act, is yet another state's challenge to the legal milestone of Roe v. Wade, 1973 decision that made abortion legal in this country. And once the governor here signs this bill, lawsuits from opponents are guaranteed.
We as a state can recognize the life interest of these helpless children.
State Representative Ed Setzler is the main sponsor of the bill. That's thrusting Georgia into the middle of America's controversy over abortion rights.
I mean, the most defenseless person in our entire culture is the child in utero.
The fetal heartbeat law would take effect next year and still allow abortions if the baby's life or the mother's was in danger, or in cases of rape or incest.
But our current governor, who claimed to want to move Georgia forward, is pushing this cruel, punitive, and regressive bill.
Abortion rights advocates like State Senator Jen Jordan say many women don't even know they're pregnant by 6 weeks.
Clear intent of this is to make sure that women have absolutely no access to being able to get an abortion.
Georgia will be the 6th state to enact legislation banning abortions after 6 weeks. Iowa and North Dakota laws were struck down at the state and federal levels. Similar bills enacted this year in Kentucky, Ohio, and Mississippi are all facing legal fights.
I'm very frightened of the implications.
Makeup artist Jennifer Bennett works in Georgia's massive TV and movie industry. The Walking Dead, Black Panther, and the Hunger Games series were all filmed here. But more than 100 Hollywood stars promised to boycott the state if the bill becomes law.
Women who rely on this to pay their mortgages, to support their families, to put food on the table, what am I supposed to do?
Georgia's governor says he expects lawsuits and is ready to fight for this bill. All of this has become a multi-state legal challenge and seems headed for the U.S. Supreme Court.
So a bill being passed in this day and age, it's kind of shocking in a sense, the heartbeat, that if a baby has a heartbeat that they're not allowed to abort it. I mean, God forbid we have some type of rules and laws that protect babies who are alive inside of the womb. I mean, they have bills and laws about me throwing a empty can of Coca-Cola or ginger ale out the window into the woods. That's littering. You'll be fine. You're going to hurt the environment with that Coke can, even though we're dumping aluminum on you from the sky with our chemtrails. And of course, who's so upset about it? We have all these problems in the world. Rising autism rates, rising rates in dementia and Alzheimer's, cancer, which just doesn't seem to want to be cured despite the millions of dollars that these people are raising, billions, I should say. But what is Hollywood focused on? Oh, how despicable that it's a woman's right to do what she wants with her body. Well, the woman already chose what to do with her body. In a lot of cases, she chose to spread her legs, okay? And for a world of people who, Hollywood, and they're all vegan and they're all against, don't eat meat. And all this type of stuff, this hypocrisy, the one thing they want is pro-abortion. You know why? Because all of these children who are aborted, they are used in Planned Parenthood. These are aborted babies that are used in human sacrifice, satanic rituals. That's why. Hollywood has been outspoken against a controversial Georgia abortion law And now the heads of 3 production companies are saying they will not film in the state. Well, good. Because we don't need any more crap films being made, that's for sure. Christine Vachon, Chief Executive Officer of Killer Films. Who's ever heard of that trash? David Simon, creator of The Wire, The Deuce, who heads Blown, Deadline Productions, another production company. And Mark Duplass of Duplass Brothers Productions. I mean, who even cares about this? Is the only time these people are going to make headlines. You know what I mean? Nobody has a clue who they are. Have come out in opposition to a newly signed law that would ban abortions in the state if a fetal heartbeat can be detected. The governor signed the heartbeat bill Tuesday, and the American Civil Liberties Union has said it will challenge the new law in court. Of course they will, because they've got to have those babies. That's why. All part of the satanic agenda, folks. They do not care about babies. This goes back to the old temple and Baal worship, Planned Parenthood, and all of these, the satanic temple. The top cause for them is women's right to do what she wants with her body, even though it's murder of a baby. You can go on and you can see all of these celebrities who have come forward. Killer Films will no longer consider Georgia as a viable shooting location until this ridiculous law is overturned. It's so ridiculous, right, folks? The other person tweeted, I can't ask any female member of any film production with which I'm involved to so marginalize themselves or compromise their inalienable authority over their own bodies. Give me a break. I must undertake production where the rights of all citizens remain intact. This is what these producers are saying. They said, can only speak for my production company. Our comparative assessments of the locations for upcoming development will pull Georgia off the list until we can be assured that health options and civil liberties of our female colleagues are unimpaired. I mean, get the violin out. Oh, these poor women. Oh, if you could see this stuff, you don't realize this is about a satanic agenda. I mean, you think they really care about a woman's body and a woman's right to choose? They care about the babies because the babies are the sacrifice. I mean, it's as simple as that. Look at this. Dozens of celebrities, including Amy Schumer, witch, Sean Penn, douchebag, Alec Baldwin, prick, Don Cheadle, Rosie O'Donnell, pig, Patton Oswalt, creep to the highest standard, Sarah Silverman, who, man, can't wait to see what happens to her on Judgment Day, and Mia Farrow, of course Mia Farrow, signed a letter in support. They've signed this letter that's gone out. So all these big celebrities, I mean, Sean Penn, what a hero he is, right? Really cares about a woman's right to choose. Right? Amy Schumer, just, these are just total pigs. These people are disgusting. And then we get, of course, Melissa Milano, the witch herself, admitted witch. Listen to what she has to say. This dangerous and deeply flawed bill mimics many others which have already been deemed unconstitutional. No, I think murdering a baby is unconstitutional. There's many people that can't give birth, keep in mind, this day and age, because of all the chemicals and what they've done, that men and women aren't able to have babies. These people could have the baby and give it up for adoption. Oh, but is it too much of a thing because they don't want to miss a couple of weeks of work? Is that why? Because their women's empowerment nonsense they've been brainwashed into? Milano says, as men who identify as small government conservatives, we remind you that government is never bigger than when it is inside a woman's body or in her doctor's office. Huh? What does that even mean? Let me reread this quote from the very enlightened Melissa Milano. As men who identify as small government conservatives, we remind you that government is never bigger than when it's inside a woman's body or in her doctor's office. So apparently the government is inside a woman's body now or inside of the doctor's office. What a very educated quote from Melissa Milano from Who's the Boss? Because it's really imperative that we get her 2 cents on everything political now. I mean, I'm wondering if they're doing some type of Freemason, mock ritual with her. that she's appearing in all these things. She's just humiliating herself. I mean, is anyone taking her serious? Are people on the left taking Melissa Milano, best known for being on Who's the Boss with Tony Danza and Charmed? People taking her serious? And Rose McGowan, all these self-admitted witches. I mean, what a shock that their main concern happens to be abortion. And they happen to be witches. It's a woman's right. It's her body. Let her do what she wants with it. Right. How'd she get knocked up in the first place? Sounds like maybe somebody should have been coaching her then, beforehand. Because she clearly couldn't make the decision on herself whether to use a contraceptive or to even have or engage in the sexual act. But nonetheless, Hollywood coming to the rescue of all of these, they just have to step in front of these laws that are passed. Didn't see Hollywood come to the rescue when the Patriot Act was passed, right? You don't see Hollywood come to the rescue when they're just passing all these laws that take our privacy away and the NSA and everything. Never see that, but when it comes to abortion, they seem to care so much. I wonder why. Because the satanic cabal, it lives off of the blood of innocent children. It lives off of it, and so does Hollywood. I thank you for listening to today's show. These people are an absolute abomination. Abomination. Thank you again for listening. God bless all of you and your families, and pray for all these babies who are wrongfully murdered inside of a woman's body and then used for these rituals. It's an absolute, it's beyond the word crime. It really is.